many roads must a man walk down?
Day 13, Pelham, Tennessee, checking in. Here's my video log going. Let's start off with a little background here. You know, when I first started marching, when I left New York, Zuccotti Park, November 9th, 2011, I had no idea that I would be backpacking across America. I really had no idea. You know, my only intention was to go on a 2-week march, and even that, I was really just looking to go and have a good exercise, you know, and it's like, what spawned from this has been the most amazing thing ever. You know, it's like, I took this opportunity and look what's happened, you know. The whole world has opened up, you know. I've met people along this journey that I would never have met unless I took this opportunity, you know, and it seems like it all happened by mistake, you know. Like, I can't explain what it's been like for the past 4 months, but it's probably been the most magical thing that's ever happened to me in my life. And believe it or not, it's like, even though it's crazy and I don't believe it, I still know that deep down inside, this is like what I've always wanted. And because of that, I just keep pressing in, you know. And it's like, we were backpacking, day 13, Pelham, Tennessee, and we were marching. It was actually 3 of us marching, Turtle and Peter. And it was a lot of team building that march, that day. And yes, I'm backtracking here because I haven't had time to do this. So that day, it was the 3 of us, and we were marching tough. And remember, we were going up this hill, and we had our packs on, our 45-pound pack, 50-pound packs on, and we hit this tree, right? And this beautiful tree, there was cows behind us and everything. Anyways, the minute we sat down, this cool, warm wind, it just comes and like greets us as we sit down. We enjoyed a nice little 20-minute break there, and you know, had a nice rest. And it was just, that's some of the things that you can't really explain unless you're in there, you know. And it's like, that was probably the one, it was memorable, you know. I'm never gonna forget that, you know. I'm never gonna forget walking to Pelham, Tennessee, sitting under that tree with this cool wind just gusting, you know. And those are some of the things that, you know, that have happened to me since November 9th that I never thought would happen, you know. And all I had to do was take that small little first step, and from there, you know, the whole world has opened up, you know. And one of the things that we really noticed between or comparing the bigger metropolitan areas and the rural areas is that, believe it or not, like rural Tennessee, even rural North Georgia, is like a community that we've been striving to create, you know. We've been striving to seek. You know, and it's like, within these small communities, you know, word travels really fast, you know. It's like, people knew that we were coming through Pelham. People knew that, you know. The newspaper was already there ready to interview us, you know. And it was just like, word travels fast in a small community. Word travels fast in a small town. And I look at it like, that's what we need, you know. I mean, I see that, and I'm just like, now I know how Paul Revere did it, you know. It's like, in that small town, everyone was awake that night when the redcoats were coming, because everyone was there, everyone was ready, you know, and the community was a community, you know. It's like, being in the city, it's like, we're not always connected, yet we are, you know. And it's like, but being in the rural South, it's, everyone is connected, you know. And it's not like everyone's in each other's business, it's just, they're all connected, you know. And I think that's something that we can all learn from, just the community aspect of it all, you know. And I've noticed that everyone in the community is really eager to help too, even that. I think because the community fosters that. Even as we were walking down the hill, we were taking a little break, and I was crossing the road just to, you know, get on the other side of the road here, and the car, like, this truck stops, and he goes, "Hey, is everything okay?" And we're like, yeah, everything's fine. But, like, all I did was cross the road, you know. And it was just like, wow, everyone here is, it's not even, you can hear the genuineness in their voices too. It's like, they really want to help, you know. They want to be a part of it, whatever's going on, you know. They offer that hand, not knowing what it means, you know. And it's kind of like, that's kind of like with what happened with me, you know. It's like, I took this first step not knowing where it would lead, but then it's snowballed into something greater, you know. And it's like, you know, I was born and raised in the South, and to see these characteristics that are very strong come out, it's motivating, you know. It's motivating to know that You know, before, when we were coming down from New York, everyone was like, you don't want to go into the South. The South is, you know, they're not going to understand this whole Occupy movement. If anything, the South has understood the movement better than these metropolitan areas. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not going to compare, but I'm just saying, it's like the community is already there. Word travels fast. Everyone's eager to help. You know, people are proactive. And I look at it like, that's what, you know, we need to be doing. Anyways, let me get off my soapbox here, and it's, you know, the sun was beating down on us all day, that whole day, and, you know, it was probably some of the best marching we've ever done. You know, actually, you know, honestly, the past couple of days has been the best marching we've ever done. You know, going through the Tennessee Valley and meeting these people, which we would never have met. Interacting with these people we would never have interacted with. You know, putting out our hand to people that we never would have had an opportunity to put our hand out to. You know, and it's a give and take relationship, and I know that, you know, we continually have a positive attitude, so we receive a positive attitude. I understand that. I also understand that it doesn't take much for people to make a difference in this world. It really doesn't. I mean, there was 3 of us marching that day, and people were coming up to us asking what we were about. 3 people. You know, 3 people marching down the street in rural Tennessee can make a difference in the world. You know, the whole community knew about what we were doing, and they wanted to help. You know, and I see that, and I'm inspired. I'm inspired because I don't have to believe what people tell me, that it takes all this for something to happen. You know, it doesn't. All it takes is a couple of people getting together and doing something in unity, in solidarity, and marching forward, you know. And we ended up camping out in the field that night, you know, and it was beautiful. It really was. It was, how would I put it? It was, you know, we what it was like, basically we ended up meeting up with the rest of the group, but what it was like was we were running up looking for a place to camp, and the one place that was like the wooded area, you know, a lady came up and she was like, no, you can't camp there. So we're like, okay, whatever, what can you do, right? And then we saw a little field, and it was getting dark, so we ran up into this field, and it was majestic. That's all I can say. You know, the field was so beautiful. I'm never going to forget this. I'm really not. We walked into this field, and it was road camping. We understand that. You know, yet we had nowhere else to go, and we had to get rest. We laid up our tents and everything like that, and you could see the stars. You could, like, touch the stars. Like, you could, you know, it was so close you could touch the stars. And we laid our sleeping bags. You had this cool wind. It was 50 degrees last night, you know, or in Pelham, and it was beautiful, you know. And I did a Facebook update on it too, but it sums it up, you know. It's like, it was amazing. It was, because I know that if I wasn't on this march, I would never have experienced quite something as beautiful as that in that moment. And I think that's what reassures me that I'm doing the right thing, you know. Really wanted to save up money for a Harley Davidson. You know, I was making good money at Bacchanalia and serving tables, you know, working 5 days a week. I was in a comfortable spot, yet something was not right, you know. Something wasn't right. I knew that I had to do something, you know. So I put in my 2-week notice, and I went up to New York, Zuccotti Park. I was camping out there for 2 weeks. Then November 9th hit, and I was marching, you know. And I've been marching ever since, and experiencing these amazing things, which I will never trade in for anything. And it just reassures me that I'm doing the right thing. In this moment with my life, I'm doing the right thing. And I just can't wait to see what happens next. You know, it's exciting. Day 13, Pelham, Tennessee. Love you guys, and I'll check back in with you later. Bye.